Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. Watch that step. It's a Lulu. Yep, I'm going to step down there. So, for those of you who answered Crater Lake, you are correct, sir and ma'am. And that is called Wizard Island. And I learned by reading all these very interesting placards that red and green and yellow light waves are absorbed by water, and blue is not absorbed. It bounces off, which is why we see the blue. Somebody had asked that. And also the maximum depth. Here's what's interesting. Let me show you how they figured out the depth over 100 years ago. Oh, and by the way, they did stock the lake. It does not naturally have fishies in it, but it does now have trout and salmon because they put some in there. I love being at these places when the sun comes up and there's no one else around yet, because we parked in the parking lot where you're not supposed to, but we're good and respectful and quiet. People pretty much leave us alone. So check it out. These dudes, look at how everybody always wore a hat back then. Isn't that the weirdest thing? They all had a hat on. 1886. They brought something like this, big heavy weight on the end of a piano wire, and they guesstimated that it had 1,943 feet of depth, which was only 53 feet off. No, they guessed 1996. It's actually 1943. But it's so interesting. These guys sitting out there over 140 years ago with their little piano wire. And when we're out walking fast early in the morning, our doesn't need a leash because we're not bothering anybody. It's just us girls. So how did Crater Lake get created? Well, there was this big old mountain, and it was a volcano, and it blew its top. And the reason that there's water in here, this bad boy has 8 months of snow. Average of 44 feet a year. So, there's no water running in, and there's no water running out. It's just a big old bowl full of rain and snow water. And as you can see, the edges, they call this a cauldron. And if you go sliding, you're screwed. So it would not very well be easy to bring a boat. They got one spot that you can go down to and a boat that goes around for the state. But it is crystal clear blue because there's no sediment, right? There's no churning and burning of water flowing in or flowing out. And it was absolutely silent here until my big mouth started talking. But yeah, Crater Lake, Oregon. I have learned that Oregon has some really beautiful areas. Now, I have never seen this before. They have enclosures from the parking lot to walk into the bathroom because this place is open all year long, even when there's 15 feet of snow, 24 hours a day. So this way you can get into the bathroom and they don't have to dig all the way back there. It's pretty smart, actually. And here's where we stayed last night, right in the parking lot. They actually have parking for 12, 15 RVs, buses, etc. So we just took a spot and stayed there for the night. And we're off to our next adventure. See you at the next place. I'm not sure where that'll be, but I'm sure it will be educational and fun. Later.